and welcome back to Tutorial Tuesdays with Thomas. If this is your first time joining us, I'm Caroline and this is Thomas.
Hello.
You will notice that this week I'm in Thomas's chair. So usually Thomas is our guide, but as it's a special week, it's our last week, I'll be here guiding you and helping you to get to grips with voice assistant and smart home technology. Over the previous 7 weeks, we've covered how to set up your Alexa show device, how to make your video calls, how to troubleshoot and reset your device. Things like how to use the drop-in feature as well have been covered. We also looked at organisational features such as shopping and to-do lists, which we think are really powerful and can really help you to get more time back. We've also looked at accessibility, so things that you can do to help make your device easier to use. And 2 weeks ago, we covered important security aspects. Then we came to last week's session where we showed you some fun entertainment features, including how to set up music, listen to audiobooks, display photos, and play some games. So this week, to mark our last tutorial session in this current series, we thought it would be fun to mix up the format a little bit. So today I am showing you some ways that your voice assistant can help you maintain your well-being, and also how a smartwatch can be used with Alexa.
Hello everybody. Please give us a thumbs up in the chat if you're joining us live, or a hashtag replay if you're catching up later. If anyone needs a recap on any of the details from our previous tutorial sessions, just let us know in the comments, or if you missed any of these, you can watch them back here on Facebook or on our YouTube channel, which we'll pop link to in the comments. We've really appreciated all the support we've been receiving and hope that you've been able to use our tips to help you or a loved one or friend through these difficult times. We'd love to hear your stories of how you've been getting on. It'd be great if you could let us know if there's anything specific you need help with or would like us to cover in the future. You can do this in the comments on Facebook, or contact us through any of the social media or on our website.
Cool. So we know that technology can be daunting for people as there's so much choice of devices and brands, and you might feel overwhelmed by it. We decided to launch these tutorials to help as many people as possible to access voice assistant and smart home technology, because we know they have the power to transform lives, especially for the vulnerable in our society. Our mission is to create a world where smart meets kind. It means a lot to us to be able to share our knowledge and have you join us on this mission. We hope that by boosting your confidence with technology, that you can share this kindness with others and help others to become more confident too. So we're here today to help guide you through the world of smart homes and voice assistants. This is Tutorial Tuesday with Thomas, but this week you've got me, Caroline, where each week we take you through a different aspect. By the end of this tutorial, you'll have some great wellness tips that you can try out for yourself with your Alexa device. Don't worry if you miss any of the details, as you can also access the tips on our website, which is www.tltechsmart.com. We'll post a link to this in the comments. We've also created a summary Pinterest pin with a handy reminder of some of the commands you can try, which we'll post a link to as well. And we've also made a little short 1-minute video, which you can also access on our YouTube channel. So the tips that we're running through today cover the full range of the Amazon Echo devices, both the ones with and without screens. I will be using the Echo Show 8 for the demonstration today and the app on my phone, and I'll also be showing you my Fitbit Versa 2 smartwatch. As a warning, we will probably be saying Alexa a few times throughout the session, so please feel free to mute the microphone on your device if you have one. You can use this guide to assist someone else to try out these tips, perhaps a family member or a neighbour, either by completing it for them or by taking them through it over the phone. First, we'll cover how to use Alexa to find new healthy recipe ideas. how to up your activity levels by walking more, how to make sure you're drinking enough fluids, taking time out to practice mindfulness and gratitude, monitoring your sleep patterns, and finally a reminder on how to use Alexa to communicate with family and friends. So as Thomas usually says, let's get started. So the first thing that I wanted to do was show you the accompanying blog post. So this is our website here. So you can navigate onto the blog. You'll see a whole range of really useful resources on the website. There's some really good blog posts on some of the things we've covered in the earlier weeks. But if you scroll down, that will take us to our happier, healthier lifestyle tips. So you can just click on there, and then you can refer back to this after the session. But that's what I'm going to cover today. And like I said, we've got extra resources like the video and the Pinterest guide that are just nice little snippets for you to dip in and out of if you need a reminder of any of the commands that we're going to show you today. So the first part that we're going to show you is the recipes. So if we pop our display onto the Echo Show, I'll be able to show you one that we use for new ideas. So on the device, you can use a lot of different things called skills, and skills are like apps for your mobile phone, but they're for Alexa and you can activate them with your voice. So there are lots of different recipe skills. The one that we particularly like is the BBC Good Food one, and all you need to say is, Alexa, open BBC Good Food.
Hi, this is BBC Good Food. Find recipes by ingredient, dish, diet, course or type of cuisine. So, what kind of recipe would you like?
Soup.
Soup, alright. I found 484 recipes. You can hear the most popular or narrow down the results. What would you like to do?
So I think I say in the blog post that she can sometimes get a little bit confused. So what we'll do is we'll just ask her.
Sorry, I didn't understand. Could you repeat?
Go home. Alexa, show me soup recipes.
Okay, for soup, here are a few recipes.
Cool. So
Lots more.
once you've enabled the app, it's actually a little bit easier to use. So you have to enable it by asking her to open the skill name, the specific skill name. And then once it's open, it's a lot easier to navigate. So I wanted to show you how you can scroll through the recipes, and you can pick them based on how appetizing they look. The photos are lovely. You can also see the ratings, so the star ratings and how many people have commented on the recipes. And then also on time as well, so you can see how long it takes to prepare. And once you've chosen the one that you like the look of, you can just tap on it. And what it will do is it will show you the ingredients that you need, and then it also gives you the directions. So I would recommend always having a scroll through and checking that rather than just leaping straight in to start the recipe, just so that you've got an idea of what the steps are coming up ahead. The recipe, once you actually activate it, is really good because it's hands-free, so you don't need to then tap the screen. So once you start the recipe, you can go forward and backward through the steps by just saying Alexa next step or Alexa go back. If at any point you want to go back and revisit the ingredients, you can go back by saying Alexa show me the ingredients. And then similarly you can go back to the recipe with your voice as well. So it's quite easy to navigate, but a little bit tricky to find the recipe that you want. In theory, you should be able to drill down through types of food and certain ingredient types, but she tends to only really work on one category at a time. So that's recipes, and hopefully that gives you some nice ideas. There's loads of really lovely healthy recipes in there that you can try. So the next thing we were going to cover was exercise. So I am not a fan of the gym or doing any sort of strenuous exercise, but I do like walking. And what I have been using to help me with that is a smartwatch. So it's really good because it helps to kind of motivate you. It gives you better understanding of how you're doing, and if you've put in goals, then you can actually look at trying to achieve those goals. So I'm going to show you this watch here, which is if you can see it, that is the Fitbit Versa 2. So this watch is just under £200, but it's packed with so much features. It doesn't just help with fitness. I can actually use it to talk to Alexa. So it's got Alexa built in, which I think is the thing that kind of sets it apart from most other standard fitness smartwatches. It's super easy to navigate, so it literally is, you just swipe and you can see all the little icons, so the little apps. If you are looking at doing some exercise, the app or the watch is very good at recognising when you're exercising, so you don't actually need to tell it beforehand. So I can show you on the app in a wee second what I mean by that, but you can actually use your voice as well, so you can let the watch know, and you can say start a walk with Fitbit, and then it will activate and record the exercise that you're undertaking. So if I just show you now on my phone what that looks like. So I went for a little walk yesterday, a very short one actually. So if I open that up, you can see I didn't actually do anything. The watch has recorded that. It's got a heart rate monitor on it, so it's able to see when you are actually exerting yourself a bit more, and it just records what you've been up to. It's got a really nice feature that helps you to stay active regularly. So you'll see here in this tab, there's hourly activity checks. So every hour I've put in a goal that I want to try and do an average of 250 steps. And if I haven't been doing that, then the watch vibrates, it gives me a little reminder. And then you'll see these little red dots here are where I've actually achieved that goal. So today, I'm not doing so well today, am I? I need to go for a walk after this, try and boost my steps. So it's a really nice, easy interface for you. It gives you prompts automatically so you can set your targets. And I think it's a really nice way to kind of integrate the two technologies together, the voice and Alexa. You can ask Alexa how you're doing as well, which is quite nice, so she'll tell you how many steps you've done, but actually it's probably easier just to tap on the watch, and the watch brings that up straight away, lets you know how many steps you've done. I've only done 587 today. That's not good, is it? Not good. Okay, so the next tip that we have for you is all about drinking enough water. So I think this is something that a lot of people struggle with, remembering to drink enough water. It's important because sometimes your brain can trick you into thinking that you're hungry when actually you're just thirsty. I think as well, it can really help in terms of your energy levels. So you might be feeling tired, but it's because you've not been drinking enough water. So the rough guidelines are that you should be looking to drink between 6 and 8 fairly large glasses throughout the day. I tried out quite a few different Alexa skills that are supposed to be able to help automatically remind you to drink more, but to be honest, I didn't find any that I particularly liked. So I have a little bit of a workaround that you can build yourself. So if I show you that just now on the Alexa app. So if you remember, a couple of weeks ago we talked about the list functionality and the reminder functionality. So if you go into your app and you go into reminders, then into the reminders part there in the middle, that middle part that says reminders, then you can add different reminders for different things. So what I've done, and you can see I've kind of started it here, is put in reminders for me to remember I need to drink some water. So we're going to put in a new one just now and I'll show you. So you say add reminder and we're going to call it drink water. And we're going to say that we want to repeat it. So we just click on that little slider and we say every day. And then we choose what time. I'm going to say 12 o'clock. Oh, it's a little bit slow. And then you can choose where you would like the announcement to come from. So you can choose any of your devices. So that's your speaker devices, so that Alexa will speak to you through the speaker. I have mine just set up to do it through my phone, so it'll come up as a little alert on the phone. And then you just press save. And what that'll do now is, so you'll see on mine, I've got 3 set up now. So it will remind me every day at 9 o'clock, 10:30 and 12 o'clock that I need to drink some water. So you can do that as many times as you need to spread out your drinking throughout the day. And it ends up you've got multiple entries, but it works very well, and I would say it works better than any of the skills that I tried out, because they require to be activated and you have to open them every day. So then you're having to remember to open them every day, whereas as soon as you've set this, you can just set it and forget it and the reminders will just come up every day. So it's really easy to customize as well, which is quite nice. So you can customize the days and the times. Maybe you exercise on a certain day, so maybe you want to drink more water on the days that you're exercising, so you can customize it as you want. The other thing I was going to show you about water, so now we've got reminders that show us or remind us to drink. You might want to record actually how much you're drinking. So there are loads of different apps that you could possibly use on your phone, but if you are going to be using the Fitbit devices, then that's actually built into their app. So if I just show you here, the app, you can just tap on it, and the little plus on the top corner there, you can tap on that, and then literally you just put in how much you've drunk. You can put in a specific amount, or for a really quick ad, you can literally just press on the button and save that. A nice touch actually, if you've got the Fitbit integration, you've got it linked into Alexa, you can actually ask Alexa, how much have I drunk today? And she'll be able to tell you how much you've drunk today. The other thing as well that's really nice about this is the Fitbit system, you program in things like your height and your weight and whether you're male or female, and it actually gives you your target goal of how much water you should be aiming to drink. So if you are kind of a little bit unsure about what is the right amount of water for me, then that will help you to know how much you're aiming for. So yes, so that is water reminders. Shall we ask her how much I've drunk today? Alexa, ask Fitbit, how much water have I drunk today?
You've logged 750 millilitres of water. You still need to drink 1,143 millilitres to reach your goal. You've got this. Bottoms up.
So there you go. So she'll tell you how much that you've still got left for the day, which is quite nice. It's a similar thing actually with the steps. So if you ask her how many steps you've done, then she'll let you know how far away you are from your target. Alexa, how many steps have I done today?
I'm not sure what went wrong.
I forgot to ask her. Alexa, ask Fitbit, How many steps have I done today?
You've taken about 500 steps. You'll need 9,500 more steps to hit your goal today. Time for some fresh air and fresh steps.
Yeah, so if you see there, I forgot to say ask Fitbit first. So because Fitbit is a skill that's built into Alexa, then you always need to use that as part of the command. Otherwise, she won't be able to recall that information for you. Cool. So our next tip that we wanted to talk about was mindfulness. So in this one, we're going to do this on the Echo Show again. My favourite skill that I like to use is from Headspace. So Headspace, they can help do guided meditations, which are really nice and easy for someone who's starting out with mindfulness, and they help you to take the time to do that, and explain things in a really nice, slow, gentle, easy way. So for you to do that, Thomas, could you unmute that again? Sorry. All you need to do is say, Alexa, open Headspace.
Would you like to begin today's meditation?
No.
Okay. You can listen to soothing sleep sounds, wind down with guided sleep exercise, or learn how to unlock more meditations. Which would you like?
Alexa, go home. So you'll see there's some really nice options that you can try out. So the Alexa skill is free to use. You don't need to have a subscription, but you can actually pay for a subscription, and then you get an app on your mobile phone as well that helps you again to set goals, track your progress, and there's a whole Headspace community. So it's a really nice way to stay motivated and and continue on in that mindfulness practice as you get better and better at it. Oh, we've got the doorbell. Thomas will be back in a second. So yeah, like I say, you don't have to subscribe for this service. You can use those guided meditations, and hopefully that you get some benefit from that. So the other thing that we wanted to show you, and again, I guess it's kind of similar to the water recording, or reminders, should I say, is gratitude. So we looked at various different options that are available within Alexa to kind of help you get into the habit of thinking about gratitude and using it as a tool to just really boost your mood and make you feel more positive. And we didn't really find one that was easy to use and had a nice feel about it. So what we actually do as a family is we just use the inbuilt list functionality. So again, if I go back into the app, I might need my assistant to come and help me to put it onto the screen for you. So on the app, we can make lists. I did it myself, look at that. So on the app, you can also make lists. So if you go into the list function there, you can see there's a few lists in there already. We've already got a gratitude list. What I'll do for you just now is I will make a new one and show you how it works. Oh no. Don't do that. Alexa, create a new list.
What would you like to call it?
Happy.
That was happy, right?
Yes.
I've created happy list. What would you like to add to it?
The sun is shining.
I've added sun is shining to your happy list. Any other items?
No, thank you.
Okay.
Cool. So that's me now started a nice happy list. what's really nice about this is anyone can add to your list in your home. So the kids can speak to Alexa and they can add things to the gratitude list. And then periodically as a family, you can review that together, which is really nice. So will we see what's on mine? Alexa, what's on my gratitude list?
You have 7 items on your gratitude list.
Oh, so there you
Gardening,
go.
we
So
can
that's
go
some nice
camping in.
things. And it
Good
is
food.
a lovely thing to do as a
We don't
family.
live in a horrible, stinky city.
That's the kids.
I had a good sleep.
Alexa,
My kids.
go home. So yeah, I think that's maybe one of my favourite things. I love a list anyway, and being able to make something really magical with it. I think, yeah, it's a really nice resource. So that brings us on to sleep. So sleep has been something that probably has been a little bit more challenging while we've been at home. Keeping a good routine and trying to make sure that you're going to bed and you're waking up at the same time every day, just so that your body is used to that, is being quite difficult. We know that sleep is really important for your mental health and your overall well-being, and that a lack of sleep or poor sleep actually has a really detrimental effect on things like your hormonal levels, your appetite. It can affect your immune system, so this is really, really important. So I think we've kind of covered it a little bit already with some of the things we've spoken about. So we spoke about Headspace, and I think you maybe saw when we activated that skill that Headspace can actually help you to get into a good sleep routine. So all you need to say is, I won't say it really loud, you say, Alexa, tell Headspace I'm ready to sleep.
Would you like to begin today's meditation?
So you can start the sleep exercises, which are a nice guided exercise to help relax you, or you can just listen to soothing sounds. So something nice that will help to relax you before you go to sleep. The other thing that works really well, again, is the Fitbit systems. So on your Fitbit watch, if you keep your watch on overnight, that will record your sleep. And then within the app, you can then go in. It's got quite a lot of data within this, but the nice thing that they do is they boil it all down to what they call a sleep score. So rather than you having to try and understand a whole load of charts that are really complicated, they give you a sleep score. So you'll see the last couple of days I've had good sleep. Last week, I had an excellent at the weekend. So you might see a trend, maybe you sleep better because you're able to sleep longer at the weekends than you are during the week. And just armed with that information, it can help you to get into a better routine. So you can see the time that you fell asleep and the time that you've woken up. You can see where you've maybe had some disturbance in your sleep pattern, so you might be waking up through the night. And like I say, armed with that information, you can start to look at what changes you might want to make. Maybe they're lifestyle changes. Maybe it's about making sure that you aren't using your electronic devices before you go to bed, or you're not, drinking coffee and those sorts of things. So it can just help get a better understanding. You can also find out this information by talking to Alexa. So you can say to Alexa, ask Fitbit, how did I sleep last night? And then she'll give you some of those statistics in terms of when did you fall asleep, how long did you sleep for. So yes, and it is a nice way to be able to interface what's on the app with what's on the Alexa screen as well. So the last thing that we have is calling family and friends, so maintaining those social connections whilst we're not allowed to do that in person. I think that loneliness, unfortunately, is a real issue for both young and old people. Even before COVID-19 hit, I think it was an issue that some people were afraid to talk about. You know, it's a difficult subject to broach, but one thing that does really help is trying to maintain social connections, so keeping in touch with family and friends. We've tried to show you over the last couple of weeks some of the ways in which you can do that. Alexa has some really great functionality in terms of being able to send text messages, place voice calls, do your video calls, the drop-in functionality, which is a video call but an even more simplified video call, because literally the person at the other end of the call doesn't even need to answer. So if you do need support to get familiar with how those different things work, you can go back and you can review our guides from the previous weeks. And then we also do have the step-by-step instructions on our website that you can refer to. For me, sometimes what I struggle with is remembering. It's like, oh, I need to remember to phone such and such, and that'll pop into my head, and then it'll pop straight back out of my head again. So what I like to do is set myself reminders by using Alexa. So you can just say, Alexa, set a reminder. She'll say, what is the reminder for? And then you can say something like, phone mum. And then she'll ask, when would you like the reminder for? And then then you tell her the time, and then that is that reminder in your device, and it will pop up and let you know that you've got something that you needed to do. I am hugely forgetful nowadays. I blame it on 2 children and a very busy life. So the reminder function is very useful. And as we showed you before, you can also do that on the app. So very similar to when we were running through how you set a reminder for the water reminders, you can also do that through the app. So key takeaways, I guess, are when it comes to wellness, you know, it's probably better not to try and make too many changes all in one go, and that technology isn't a magic fix. It's only there as an enabler. You know, it's something that can help facilitate change. With the prompts and the reminders that the voice assistant gives, I think that's you know, a really good way to use it, and might help you to maintain those good habits and, you know, not fall back into your old ways. So I guess the last thing I would say is, you know, don't put too much pressure on yourself, because it is difficult, and I certainly you know, my aspirations of doing 10,000 steps a day, you know, I'm probably not there yet, but I am trying, and that is the main thing, isn't it? You know, just little changes and trying to maintain them and get into a good routine. So I hope you've enjoyed all those tips. I think that's probably it. I don't know if we got any questions as we were going through.
No.
No? Okay.
Well, thank you, Caroline, and thank you to everybody that's been watching. You should now have a better understanding of how to enhance your well-being and maintain a healthy lifestyle with the help of your co-devices and a smartwatch. We've covered a lot in this session, from cooking to exercise to practicing gratitude and taking time to connect with family and friends. But the great thing is that you can go back and review anything that you're not sure of. You can watch this video on YouTube. It'll be posted up there with timestamps, so you can go to the specific sections that you want to see, or you can watch it back here on Facebook if you want to. And again, you can get in touch with us if there's anything specific you want to ask about. And please also take time to head over to the TL Tech Smart website and have a look at the services we offer, the blog articles, the user guides in the help sections, and the affiliate links we have in the buy section, which are quite handy. They show some of the items we've purchased in the past and some we've used on projects in the past. So if there's anything you think you'd like there, if you use our links to go through to Amazon to buy things, It doesn't cost you any extra, but can help to support us. We've also set up an online booking system on the website, so bringing you our services on demand. You can go in and choose your appointment time and get one-to-one support via Zoom on any topic that you need help with, or maybe you need help setting up your Wi-Fi network or troubleshooting your Alexa device, or getting your smartwatch or another of the subscription services like music linked to your device.
Cool. So I think maybe we'll just show you ever so quickly what's on the website, just so you can see what it looks like, because I know we've not shown you that before. So as Thomas was mentioning, this is our help guide section. So we've structured it along with the tutorial series. So there's some guides here to help you get started, one specifically around communication. We've also got ones around security. There's entertainment guides here, and then our accessibility stuff that we covered a couple of weeks ago. So you can kind of dip in and out of that resource base. We showed you the blog stuff. As Thomas was mentioning, we've also got this appointments functionality now. So we can do appointments remotely, or we can do home visits where that becomes possible in the future. It's really easy. You can just go in and choose your service. So we've got different time slots, and you can go into the calendar and choose what time is going to suit you best. If you're unsure of anything at all, please just get in touch with us and we can discuss your requirements and find out what it is that you're needing. Yes, so that is the website. Oh, and the buy page as well before we go. So there's quite a few links there of the different devices and things that you might want to think about getting. The link to the watch that we spoke about is on there as well, just here. So yeah, so that's the website. So lots of good resources on there, and that library, that catalogue is growing every week.
And there's a chat functionality in the bottom right corner of the website. You can't see it there, but if you click on that, it'll come directly through to us, and we can chat to you online as well.
Cool. So yes, this is our last tutorial of the current series for our live sessions. We're now going to be taking a short break over the summer while the kids are on holiday from school. We'll continue to do bits and pieces with the help guide content on the website and the how-to guides on our YouTube channel to make this content as user-friendly as possible. At the moment, we don't know exactly what our schedule will be when we return, as we still need to find out what's happening with work and school timetables. Like many, we are hoping to be able to get back to a little bit of normality. But what we'll do is probably be looking to resume these regular tutorial sessions, perhaps hosting them maybe every month instead. And it'll be more than likely later in the day as well, just because we know that a lot of people will be back at work through the day as well. Over the summer, we're also going to be working on developing our new custom Alexa voice skill, which we hope will help people who are shielding. So if you'd like to know more about this project or volunteer some of your time to support the design and testing, please do get in touch.
And to mark the end of these sessions, and as a thank you to everyone, we're running a competition on our Facebook page. All you need to do is to be in with the chance of winning an Echo Show 8, same as we use in these tutorials. It's worth around about £120. So all you need to do is let us know why you would really love to have an Alexa for yourself or for a friend or family member. Or if you've already got a device, let us know about your experiences and if you perhaps have a favourite tip. We're really looking forward to reviewing your entries and announcing the winner when we return after the summer. Note, the competition closes on the 14th of August at 12 noon. So thank you very much for watching, and hopefully you enjoyed the takeover. And we hope that you all have a fantastic summer and are able to enjoy spending some time with family and friends. Remember that you can get in touch anytime here on Facebook or through our website. We also send out a regular newsletter with even more tips and advice then you can subscribe to that newsletter for free through the website, or I've put a link in the chat here. And I'd encourage you to check that out as well. And that's me.
Yeah. So finally, if you like this video, please subscribe and follow us on our social media. We'd love it if you could share this with others, anyone who you think might benefit from our videos and guides. Thank you again for watching, and we will see you soon. Have a great summer.
Bye.
Bye.